Are Elon Musk and his DOGE team about to be stripped of any power they have? It's possible. That's because not one, but 14 states have now joined together to sue Elon Musk and President Trump to stop all that's happening with DOGE. Of course, DOGE is the Department of Government Efficiency. I've been reporting on it here on this page, and I know you've been seeing a lot about what's going on with DOGE since President Trump took office. The president said that new agency he created by an executive order is needed to make the government run more efficiently and to root out what he considers waste, fraud, and abuse. This is what Trump campaigned on. Now, this lawsuit from the 14 states is not the same lawsuit filed over Musk's access to the Treasury Department's payment systems. This is totally different. Here it is. The suit was filed in Washington, D.C. Federal District Court last night, and I'm going to tell you which states are involved and explain why they say what Musk and his team are doing is illegal in a second. But first, I'm going to email this actual lawsuit out to you so you can read it for yourself in my Facts HQ email tonight. You should absolutely be signed up for that. It is free. I send it out every night. It is full of stories that I don't get to cover here, and it is a super helpful resource. So as soon as you're done watching this video, make sure you sign up. Okay, the states included in this lawsuit: New Mexico, Arizona, Michigan, California, Connecticut, Hawaii, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and the state of Washington. The states make a bunch of striking statements in this lawsuit, saying things like, President Trump has transformed a minor position that was formerly responsible for managing government websites into a designated agent of chaos without limitation and in violation of the separation of powers. They say Trump is acting like a king, and they argue Trump basically deputized Elon Musk to have limitless and unchecked power to strip the government of its workforce and eliminate entire departments with the stroke of a pen or a click of a mouse. They argue the founding fathers would have been disgusted if they saw what was happening, saying this would have been shocking to those who won this country's independence. The states argue that this whole Elon Musk and DOGE thing is a separation of powers issue. They say the appointments clause of the Constitution is being violated here. Now, basically, that clause says presidents can nominate whoever they want to certain powerful positions, but the Senate must have an advice and consent power to approve that person. Now, you're seeing that rolling out right now with all of Trump's cabinet picks, right? You're watching this. They all have Senate confirmation hearings, and they all need to get a vote by the full Senate before they can hold that powerful cabinet position. That's by design in the Constitution, and it was there for a reason. The founders did that so a president couldn't just put his buddies into huge positions of power and give them all kinds of access through the executive branch that would outweigh the power of other branches of government. Well, the states are arguing that's exactly what Trump is doing. Now, the facts are this. Initially, after he won the election, Trump said DOGE would be just an agency that would advise him on where the waste, fraud, and abuse was located within the federal government. But that's not really what's happening as we see it today. The facts show that DOGE is way more powerful than being just an advisor. They're doing a lot. The states are also arguing that the executive order that establishes the Department of Government Efficiency set it up to be a temporary organization, which of course is legal, absolutely. However, the states say that statute does not allow temporary organizations to have the power and authority to do the things that we're watching DOGE do throughout the government. They say DOGE shouldn't have access to sensitive data and systems like the Treasury Department's payment systems, USAID's systems, Health and Human Services systems like Medicare and Medicaid, like the systems for the Department of Energy that operate the state's energy programs, the Department of Defense system, which is where Musk receives the bulk of his $20 billion in government contracts. They shouldn't have access to the systems for the Office of Personnel Management, which is like the HR department for the federal workforce. And the list goes on and on. The states say Mr. Musk is far more than an advisor to the White House. He executes the president's agenda by exercising virtually unchecked power across the entire executive branch, making decisions about expenditures, contracts, government property, regulations, and the very existence of federal agencies. No executive position wields as much power over the operation of the executive branch other than the president. Now, the states say all of these things combined have harmed their states and will continue to harm their states because they say Musk is messing with the funding that the federal government sends them, and he unlawfully is accessing the state's private financial data that the federal government has on file. They want a federal judge to issue a temporary restraining order that immediately orders Elon Musk to disclose what data he and the DOGE team saw, what they're doing with that data, and force them to destroy any copies that they may have made of that data. They also want the judge to ban Musk and the team from ordering any kind of payment stoppage of public funds to agencies, ban them from stopping any kind of regulation that's on the books, ban them from making any more personnel decisions for the federal workforce, ban them from dismantling agencies created by laws or asserting any kind of control over those agencies, and ban them from altering any agency data systems without authorization by a law passed by Congress. Now, the Department of Justice has not yet responded to this lawsuit. We will have to wait and see how they defend DOGE in that, and we will have to wait and see if and when a federal judge decides to hear this case.